Good morning to my morning class in Contemporary World. Good afternoon also to my afternoon class. And good evening to my evening class in this subject. I am your professor for today. For this entire semester, I am Miss Chitadel Sumabong. I've been teaching in Lady Colleges for the past 20 years. Okay. Contemporary world. What do you mean by contemporary world? What do you mean by contemporary? Meaning the present world. So the present world right now is we call it as new normal because of the pandemic. But we cannot comprehend or understand first what is the present world without first going back to the early civilization. But prior to that, let us first discuss the sources of contemporary world. What are these different sources or influences of contemporary world? What is philosophy? How will it affect our present world? So, accordingly, philosophy is derived from the Greek words which means philia or love, and sophia means the love of wisdom. So, take note for those lovers out there, if you're planning to have a baby girl, make sure the name is Sophia because it means wisdom. Pythagoras said to have been the first man to call himself a philosopher. In fact, the world is indebted to him for the word philosopher. It is said that when a lion, the tyrant of Peleus, asked him of who he was, he said, "A philosopher," and he likened the philosopher to spectators at ancient games. Diba? If you watch old movies like Gladiator, you can see there in that most of the combat, especially were held in the center of the what do you call this? The arena. How would it affect our present time? Philosophy would directly affect logic, wisdom. Without wisdom, I don't think there is beauty in this world. Without wisdom, you cannot communicate with each other. You cannot even communicate with your mother, with your father, or your children. Wisdom is a gift from God that you need to have it. Like, for example, the wisdom of Solomon, remember? They have these two parents claiming for a child, and then the other woman said that let us cut the child so that the half of the child will be yours because I am the mother and the half of it will be mine. But the other woman said, no, I gave you the entire baby. I cannot have it as a half. How did Solomon decided? Solomon decided this way that the child would be given to the claimants who said that you should not divide the child because that means love. Okay? Love means sacrifice. If you're not ready to sacrifice, my dear, darling student, do not fall in love. How does philosophy affect the contemporary world? The more wisdom we have, the more would be convenient our lives is. The more would be comfortable our lives is because we have wisdom. What is now economics? Okay, how would it affect our contemporary world?